Ms. Fronte, it's Andy, and today I'm going to be solving the equation, or finding the equation of a parabola given 3 points. So these are the 3 points. It's 1, 6, 2, 17, and negative 4, 11. So the first thing we have to look at is the standard equation for a parabola. And that's y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So the first thing we're going to want to do in this problem is fill in those points into this equation. So I went ahead and did that. So I got 6 equals a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. So I got the 6, which is the y, from the y spot in the coordinate, and then the x I also got from the spot of on the parabola. So after looking at that, we just get 6 equals a plus b plus c. And then went ahead and did the next one too. We get 17 minus a times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus c, which ends up being 17 equals 4a plus 2b plus c. And the last one, 11 equals a times negative 4 squared, which we got from up here, plus b times negative 4 plus c. So then after simplifying that, we get 11 equals 16a minus 4b plus c. So now we have 3 equations. We have 6 equals a plus b plus c, 17 equals 4a plus 2b plus c, and 11 equals 16a minus 4b plus c. So I went ahead and wrote those out right here. So the first thing I was thinking about doing is, why not just make one of the equations equal to one of the variable, or the exponents, well, or variables, because it will be variables. So I went ahead and made it equal to c, because I saw that c I wouldn't have to multiply it by anything. If I were to equal it to b or a, I'd have to multiply it to figure out the new equation. So I went ahead and made this. I isolated the c over here, so I got c equals 6 minus a minus b. And then I went ahead and plugged that into the second equation. So over here we have 17 equals 4a plus 2b plus c, which we replaced with 6 minus a minus b. Went ahead and simplified that. We can subtract 6 from both sides, which leaves us with an 11 on this side. So we get 11 equals 3a, because we subtract a from 4a, and b, because we subtract b from 2b. So that's our equation that we got from those two. So then I look back here, and I'm going to have to do something with that equation and substitute it with the last equation. The 11 equals 16a minus 4b plus c. So I decide to make this one equal to b, because that's the simplest way to do it, because the 3 is attached to the a there. So I went ahead and isolated the b, and you get b equals 11 minus 3a. So after you get that, I went down here and I took the last equation and I filled in c, because we know what c is, because we figured that out from the first equation. So we can go ahead and fill c into that last equation also. So we get 11 equals 16a minus 4b plus c, or 6 minus a minus b. Then after simplifying that, we get 11 equals 15a minus 5b plus 6. But we know what that b is, which is right there. B equals 11 minus 3a. So we can go ahead and substitute that in to our last equation, which gives us 11 equals 15a minus 5 times the quantity of 11 minus 3a plus 6. So we have to go ahead and distribute that negative 5 into that 11 minus 3a. And we get 11 equals 15a minus 55 plus 15a plus 6. And then we can add like terms, and we get 11 equals 30a minus 49, which then we can add 49 both sides, which cancels out the 49 on this side and isolates the a, other than the 30 that's attached to it. So then we end up getting 60 equals 30a, which then we can divide both sides by 30, which leaves us with a equals 2. So now we know what a equals, and we can go ahead and substitute that into our other equations. So our b equation, if we were to try and find b, we'd just look at this and we have b equals 11 minus 3a. Well, we know what a is, which is 2, so we're going to go ahead and plug that into that equation, and we get b equals 11 minus 3 times 2, which is also equal to b equals 11 minus 6, which ends up being b equals 5. So now we know what a and b is. So then we can take that same c equation that we had earlier, c equals 6 minus a minus b, and we know what a and b equal. So we can go ahead and plug those into this equation to figure out what c is. So we get c equals 6 minus a, or 2, minus b, or 5. So after we add up all, or subtract all those numbers, I guess you could say, we get c equals negative 1. So now we know what all three variables are, a, b, and c. We know that they are 2, 5, and negative 1. So we take that same equation we had earlier, y equals ax squared minus bx plus c, and then we end up putting those three variables that we just figured out into that equation, and we get y equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. And that is the equation of the parabola we were looking for, that we knew those 3 points of.